Next thing that I want to talk about is the fact that in order to work smarter, you cannot multitask. Multitasking is a myth. Multitasking makes you less productive. Why does this happen? Because multitasking slows you down in a way. And multitasking really damages your brain in a way, because your brain can only focus at one thing at a time. So your brain lacks the capacity to do several things successfully at the same time. And this is very important because it was proven also scientifically. In Stanford, researchers compared groups based on their tendency to multitask and their belief that it helps performance. And what did they find out? They found that having multitaskers, those who multitask a lot, feel that it boosts their performance. They were actually wrong. In reality, what happened, multitasking was not so good in improving their performance. The opposite happened, because multitasking created trouble for their brain. Trouble in organizing their thoughts and filtering out irrelevant information. So in a way, it made them slower from switching from one task to another, because it requires the brain several seconds or even minutes to switch from task A to task B. Imagine a situation. You are working on your computer trying to return an email from your boss. A colleague just walks in and wants you to pick up a phone call right now. And at the same time, you have another colleague waiting for you outside in a restaurant because you have a lunch working meeting. So now, what do? You tell your colleague in the lunch working meeting to wait. You pick up the call, which takes 10 minutes. You return to the email, which you must reply. And only then you go to the lunch. You're trying to do three things at the same time. And by doing them, by switching back and forth from one to the other, it's going to take you more time. So in a way, it might have been more productive to save the email for later, unless it's a super urgent email. You don't have to reply immediately. Too many times we think we have to reply immediately. No, not necessarily. You can reply 2 hours later. It's okay. It's an email. Email usually should be answered within 24 hours anyway, unless it's something super urgent, where people will notify you that it's urgent in the email. They will say high importance. But if it didn't, there's no need to have this tendency to reply immediately. Also, the phone call, you could easily say, can I call you back? Because I'm busy. And you go to the lunch, finish the lunch, come back, start with a phone call, and then the email. This way you would spend less time on each task, but you would do them successfully, because you would focus fully on each task, and you would give each task the concentration and the focus that it requires. Otherwise, you switch back and forth from one to the other, and in a way you're losing time and losing focus and losing productivity. And that's what this Stanford research confirmed. Also, keep in mind that multitasking reduces your efficiency and also your performance, because your brain can only focus on one thing at a time.